Hey everyone, how are you? I am coming on here because I have something super exciting that I'm sharing with you guys. And I posted about it inside my Facebook group. And as you can see by the title of this video, I am coming on to share some angels, new angels that I have been working with and that I'm really excited to be talking to you about, because now the time has come to be sharing more about this, and I'm really excited. But I actually did share about this in one of the videos I did last week. I didn't share much about the angels, but I shared in one of the videos I did with Carrie Cardozo that there were new angels that are stepping forward, and I was going to be sharing more about them. And so now I'm coming on here to share more about this with you guys, because this is really exciting. It's really powerful, and I wanted to share about my experience of how it all unfolded, because this has been, it was June 21st to be exact when I met the first angel, and so I wanted to come on here and share about my experience and how it all happened, because I've shared before about how Angel Celeste stepped forward for me, and as soon as I introduced her and shared about her, like, so many people started to talk about Celeste and how she's showing up for them and how they can feel her energy and how she's giving them signs and all that kind of stuff. And so now these angels have prompted me, like, now is the time to share about, you know, who they are and what they're here to do and how to work with them and all that kind of stuff, because it's important, okay? Just as how it was important when Angel Celeste stepped forward. Let me start off by sharing how this all happened, and then I'm going to get into the details to give you more information about who they are and all that kind of stuff. So as always, I was sitting. This is how it always seems to happen whenever I connect with new energy or you know, new powerful information comes through. It's when I sit down to channel in the morning, because I do channel with the angels every single morning. I sit down with my journal. I have a specific journal just for my morning channelings with the angels, and usually, you know, I'll sit down and I'll say, what do I need to know for myself? Like, I channel for me, like, that's my channeling time for me, what I need to know for myself, what I'm doing, where, you know, what I'm creating, what they want me to share, you know, all of those kinds of things. And usually I'll just tune in and see which archangel step forward. Sometimes it's Angel Celeste who steps forward, but, you know, whoever steps forward and what kind of messages they have to share with me. And so I sat down on this beautiful morning. It was June 21st. I remember that so distinctly, and I don't know yet if there's a significance behind that date, besides that it was the summer solstice here where I am, or the winter solstice if you are in the southern hemisphere. But, like, besides that, you know, I haven't asked yet if there was, like, they specifically picked that day for a reason or what. I didn't ask. But I sat down, and as soon as I tuned in, I felt this immense energy stepping forward. And I knew right away that it was not an archangel. I knew right away it was not Angel Celeste. And I was like, okay, who are you? And the energy that she stepped forward in is really interesting. And this angel, because she comes in this, like, very just bright white energy, but then she also has this triangle, which is really interesting. And it's like, it's an upside down triangle. That's something that I see in her energy very distinctly. And it's like, that triangle doesn't have an exact color, because it's almost like it's a rainbow color, okay? So that's the first thing that I saw. That's the first thing that I felt when I connected, when I tuned in and saw which angel stepped forward, was this bright white energy with this triangle, okay? And I was like, okay, who are you? Because I've never seen you before. I've never connected with you before. Tell me about who you are. And so she started to give me information. Like, I was just channel writing, because that's how I do my morning channelings, is through in a journal, so I don't forget what I receive. And so she was writing and telling me that she is a new angelic from a new angelic realm that has stepped forward, that is coming forward to bring sacred knowledge and information. And she was, you know, sharing more about her role with me specifically, and how I'm here to share that information and connect with her and all that kind of stuff. And then at the end, she told me her name, and her name is Alexandra. So so Alexandra, so she has been like the teacher. I see her as like the master teacher, the, you know, like the master guide in a way, however you want to call it. But she's the like kind of like the main one, almost, if you want to call it like the leader, because there are other angels as well that she has introduced me to. But she is always the one who's there, and she is always there standing alongside the other ones that come forward as well. So so she was the first one that I connected with, and she was telling me about how they're stepping forward to bring this information. And now I'll tell you guys something, is that I did know that I was going to connect with the new angelic realm. I knew that that was something that was going to happen. I just didn't know when it was going to happen, but I did know that part of my journey and what I'm here to do in terms of my work, I knew that this was going to happen. I just didn't know it was going to happen at this time. I thought it was going to be later. I was like, yeah, maybe in a few months or like whenever. You know, I didn't really think about it when I had first heard and gotten that information that there was going to be new angels stepping forward. But that caught me by surprise. I was like, okay, so I guess now is the time for you to be stepping forward. So that happened, okay? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening now already? Like, I knew this was going to happen, but I can't believe it's happening already. And I messaged my friend. I told her about it because she knew as well, because I had talked to her about it, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening already. She was like, wow, I didn't know it was going to happen this soon either. And so, so then afterwards, so after that, Alexandra was like, we're going to be channeling with you every day. We're going to be giving you information, you know, sharing things, all of that kind of stuff. And so the next day, or maybe it was a few days later, I don't really remember now, she introduced me, she came forward, and then 2 other angels came forward with her. And so she introduced me to 2 other angels, and I'm going to be sharing these angels with you guys later on. But at first, I just wanted to share the story of how it all happened. So she introduced these 2 angels. I channeled with them, their names, who they are, how they're here to work with us, and how they're here to work with the earth. So their specific role in all of that. And then like it just continued like that. So I mean, there's 7 angels, and I've only met 5 so far, okay? So there's 7 angels, I've met 5 of them, so it's not like I've been channeling with new angels every single day. Oftentimes it's Alexandra who steps forward, or sometimes there's another angel who steps forward as well to give me information. And the other angels have been more recent, like that step forward to begin to work with me personally. Up until that point, it was always Alexandra, always her. As I said, she's like the main teacher, the master guide, whatever you want to call her. She is the one who's been stepping forward and sharing all this stuff with me. So, okay, so then one of the times when I was channeling, they began to give me more information in terms of like who these angels are. So they're called Hirsch Eyal angels. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. I wrote it in the description of this video. It's pronounced Hirsch Eyal. Hirsch Eyal angels, why they're here, who they are, why are they connecting with us, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, and so the most important thing for you guys to know and understand about them is that they're stepping forward at this time because of where we're at in terms of our evolution as a collective in our consciousness, okay? So as I always share and talk about, and as I'm sure if you are in the spiritual world and spiritual community, you've noticed how people are awakening. Like, we're all on this journey of spiritual awakening, growth, and understanding, and connecting to who we are, connecting with the spiritual world. And so as more and more people begin to wake up to that, as more and more people begin to explore this, our consciousness is rising, okay? So we have reached a certain point in terms of our evolution, where now it's time for this angelic realm, the Hirsch Eyal angels, to step forward and continue supporting us in our evolution, okay? And so what they're here to bring us is this sacred knowledge and this healing. They have an immensely powerful healing energy that they are bringing forward to support us in creating a new world, okay? So this is all about the new earth. I'm sure you guys maybe have heard of that, the new earth. We're stepping into the new earth. We're letting go of the 3D, 3D way of being, stepping into 5D, like all that kind of stuff. And so they are coming forward to support this next step of evolution in our consciousness. And the reason why they're stepping forward at this time is because we're ready. We are ready for them. We are ready for the information, the knowledge, the everything that they're coming in to help us with. We're ready for that, which is really cool and really amazing, really powerful. Like, wow, we're ready for this, you know. So that's what they're coming forward to support us. And so one of the things that I asked, because I was like, okay, but what about the archangels? You know, like, what role do they play? Where do you guys fit in? Like, what's going on here, kind of thing. You know, I asked them that because I was like, I don't understand. So what they said is that with the archangels, they have been here with us like this entire time in terms of our evolution, supporting us, helping us through everything that we've been going through as a collective through all of the millennia that of our existence. Okay, so that's so the archangels play a huge role, and they will continue to play a huge role. So this isn't to say that archangels, okay, your time is done. Nothing like that. Not at all. This is about now a new energy stepping forward to support the continued evolution, okay? Because what happens is that, so with the archangels, like, they're very well known. Everyone, not everyone, but anyone who's in, you know, in the spiritual world, who explores this kind of stuff, they've heard of the archangels, and it's like the energy for them to connect to open up to this, to the angelic realm, to the angelic world, to working with angels, all of that kind of stuff, and with spirituality in general. And so with the Hirsch Eyal angels, what they're doing is they're now taking, it's like, with the archangels, they bring us to a certain point, and now the Hirsch Eyals take us and they bring us even further, okay? And they work with the archangels as well. So this isn't just like archangels are here, Hirsch Eyal angels are here. They all work together. But it's like with the Hirsch Eyal angels, they're bringing in this new wave of energy that we need to be able to now reach the next level. Okay, so like the archangels, they vibrate at a certain level, and the Hirsch Eyal angels, they vibrate at a much higher level. Okay, so I know, like, all of my teachings with the archangels before this was like, yeah, they are of the highest vibration, but the Hirsch Eyal angels, they are of an even higher vibration, and so they are the ones who are able to bring that energy in to help elevate us to that next level. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So the archangels aren't going anywhere, so don't worry about that. But the Hirsch Eyal angels are coming in now to help with that next step of evolution, which is amazing and so exciting. Now, the other thing with the Hirsch Eyal angels is that this is the first time that they are coming here to connecting with us, like, in the earthly realm. Okay, so they have not stepped forward in the earthly realm before, which is why like you will not find anything about the Hirsch Eyal angels, because no one has connected with them before. And so now, as we begin to learn about them, and as they begin to make their presence known to us, you are going to begin to be able to connect with them, okay? And this is going to be something that, like, is going to happen over time, and that I play a huge role in terms of bringing their energy forward and teaching people how to work with them and all of that kind of stuff. But this is something that is, like, never seen before kind of thing in our evolution, which is really amazing because it means that we're growing. It means that we're expanding. If we're expanding into something that we've never seen before, if we've never experienced before, it's because we're stepping outside of what has always been the safe zone, or what has always been within the realms of the 3D world. And now we're stepping outside of that, and we're ready to now begin to receive this information, okay? Which is really cool. And as I said, the Hirsch Eyal angels are stepping forward right now because people are ready for this. People are ready to hear the information that they're bringing. People are ready to receive the healing that they're here to bring. People are ready to evolve to that next stage, which is really cool. For Alexandra, when she first stepped forward for me, so she was the very first one that I connected with. She is like the teacher, the master teacher, whatever. She's always present. She steps forward as this very bright white energy, but then she also has this triangle. So I see this triangle in her energy, and it's an upside down triangle. And the triangle is like rainbow colors. It's not an exact one color. It's not a distinct color. It's like different rainbow kind of shade. You know what I mean? So that's how I know her. That's how I recognize her. That's how she has stepped forward for me. And then the other ones, they have stepped forward in their own distinct energy as well. So it's similar, like how the way I see the archangels when they step forward, I see their energy. I just know based on their energy who they are, and I see their colors and all of that kind of stuff. Same with the Hirsch Eyal angels, but it just feels different. I don't know how else to explain it except to say that it just feels different, and I see them like they look different to me, but it's still me seeing their energy, if that makes sense. But their colors of their energy has been different than what I've seen with the archangels. With these ones, it's more of like pale, yeah, like pale colors, pale tones or whatever, which is really funny because I want to share with you guys. Oh, it's right here. So I love journals, okay? If you know me or if you've heard me talking about it, I love journals. I probably have like, I don't even know, 10 journals. It's crazy, like that I use all at the same time for different things because I like to organize my stuff, like my thoughts and the things that I channel, whatever. So I had gotten this journal because I saw it at the store and I was like, oh, that's pretty, I'm gonna get this because I'm sure at some point, like I didn't have a specific purpose for it when I bought it, but I was like, I'm gonna get it because I know that I'm gonna use it eventually. And so as soon as they stepped forward, I think it was like I think maybe it was like a week after I got the journal, they had stepped forward and I was like, perfect, I'm going to use this journal for the Hirsch Eyal Angels. And then today, after I was channeling with them, I realized, like when I closed the cover of this book, I realized that these colors that are on this journal, so like it's literally exactly like the tones of colors that I see them in. Like how amazing is that? How perfect is that? And I only realized that today when I looked at the colors and I made the association. And so like it was just so like that, you can't make that up, you know, like when it's like you buy the journal not knowing what you're going to use it for, and then everything unfolds the way it does, and then you realize the connection of how this journal had to be theirs, like for their information and for you know, everything that I received from them in this journal. So that was really cool that I just wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have to share with you guys? Did I talk? Let me know if you guys have any questions, by the way, about what I've shared so far. I am going to introduce you to the ones that I've connected with. Let's see. Okay, so let me talk about the angels that I've connected with so far. And as I said, if you guys have any questions at all about these angels, about how to work with them, and I mean, of course, like I'm going to be sharing more as they begin to share more as well, and what they guide me to share with you guys. One thing that I'll say is that so far for healings, I've experienced the healing with them and it is amazing, like absolutely amazing. And I'll share which angel. It actually wasn't with Alexandra, it was a different angel. I've experienced a healing with him and like it was so powerful. So I'm excited to bring that into my work and into what I'm going to be doing. But the other angel, whose name is Marcus, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, I did a healing with him and it was amazing. It was so powerful. So okay, so as I said, Alexandra, she is the main one. She is like the master teacher, the one who I've been connecting with the most, the one who's coming forward with all of this information, and I see her as like the teacher, the master teacher, the one with all this knowledge and information and all that kind of stuff. Now there's another one, Marcus. I just shared about him. I did a healing with him. He stepped forward, and you know, as it always is with the healings that I do for myself or for clients or whoever, it's like I just tune in and see what angel steps forward. And I was expecting an archangel, and then Marcus comes in and I'm like, okay, let's do a healing. I'm excited for this. So as I said, they bring in their own energy and their own way of doing all of this and the healings and the teachings and all of that kind of stuff, which I'm excited to begin to share with you guys, because as I said, it's like the next level of our evolution, what we're here to do. But what Marcus does is that he brings in, again, the sacred knowledge, this higher information. So information in terms of like what is needed for our evolution, a knowledge that we have not had access to up until this point. And one of the things that he works a lot with is helping us to remember who we are. Okay, so helping us to remember our divine sacred being, and through this knowledge and information that he brings forward, it helps to activate that remembrance within us. Okay, so that's Marcus. Then there's another one. His name is Arctius. I still like have a hard time pronouncing their names. It's Arctius. It's spelled Arctius. Okay, so Arctius, and so he works a lot with the planet Earth. Okay, and he is playing a huge role in bringing healing to the Earth, which is amazing. I'm so like when I think of his energy and what he's here to do and all the things that he's going to be bringing to the Earth, it's absolutely amazing. So he is working with he will be working with the vortexes and the sacred sites that exist on this planet and on this earth. And so he's going to be helping with that healing, so the planetary healing that is needed at this time. And the other thing that he shared about was that he helps with past life stuff, so with past life work, and remembering who we are and helping us to remember the things that we have come here to, like remembering what we have done here already, so that we can now begin to bring that information back. So because for many of us, we are old souls and we have been here for thousands of years, and we have a lot of old sacred information within us that is ready to be uncovered and ready to be used again. So that's what Arcturus does. Then there's Amethyst, and she's a female. So, you know, when it comes to their energy and how they step forward, they do, so far, I've seen them as either in the feminine energy or the masculine energy. So far, that's how I've seen them. What Amethyst does is that she helps a lot with the children that are coming forward. So she's helping the new souls that are coming into Earth, to bring in the energy of peace and love and light. Okay, so so what she talked about was the rebirth of peace and love and light on Earth. Okay, and so she's here to help the children that are coming in, whose purpose is to live and to, like, you know, continue on this legacy, if you will, or continue on this work of bringing that peace and love and light to Earth, to the new Earth that we are creating. She is there to support them in being connected to who they are, so that they don't go through what we've been going through, which is completely forgetting who we are and then having to remember it all. But she is helping them to stay connected to that remembrance. She's helping them to stay connected to what their purpose is, and to stay connected to the spiritual realm, so that there isn't this gap, you know, like what we've been going through, having to remember it all and do all of this healing. These children that are coming in, they are coming in at a much higher vibration, and they don't have to go through all this work that we are going through, and we are going through this work for them. You know what I mean? Like, we are doing this healing and all of this, you know, everything that we are being called to do at this time, through our purposes and through the healings and everything that's coming up for us, so that we can create that foundation for the new souls that are coming in, so that they don't have to go through that. Okay, does that make sense? So that's what Amethyst is supporting, the children here on Earth, or the new children that are going to be coming on Earth as well, who might not even be here yet. And then the last one that I've connected to, his name is Marcius. And so what he does is he helps us with opening up our abilities. He helps us with really, like, completely being open to our healing abilities, to our gifts, our psychic abilities, all that kind of stuff, to really be connected to, like, the information and the flow of energy and everything that we're meant to bring forth. And what he also does is that he brings forth that truth, that divine truth within you, and to help you live in that energy. Okay, so it's about bringing forth who you truly are, all of your gifts, all of your abilities, everything that you're here to do and what you're able to do, and to really embody that energy, and to really be, like, to really allow it to come forth in everything that you do. Okay, so this is that's what Marcius does. So that's just like a little bit about them. As I said, I still have 2 more angels to actually meet. So I am learning along the way, and as I learn information, as I, you know, like, whatever they bring to me, I'm going to be sharing it with you guys. So you guys are learning along with me, which is really exciting. So I'm excited to be bringing all this information to you guys and sharing more about all of this, you know, sacred knowledge and information, higher information that they're bringing forth. I'm always curious what was happening in the person's life for these energies such beings to step forward. I've been wanting to engage more with you all about these things. Yeah, so yeah, totally. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are curious about that too. But for me, it's just been, what I feel is that, and from what I know, so I don't know if you missed the beginning, but I did know that I was going to be connecting with the new angelic realms. I knew that was going to be happening. I didn't know who they were, what their names were, or anything like that. I didn't know those details. I just knew that there was going to be new angelic beings that were going to step forward, and that I was going to be sharing about them. I didn't know it was going to happen this soon. I thought it was going to be later. Like, I thought later in the fall or something, when I heard about this. I heard this at the beginning of the year. But no, it happened now. And from what I know, what they've told me, it was just because of my own, like the way things are unfolding in my life and things that I'm creating for myself in my life and the energy that I'm stepping into, I'm like following the step by step. Like I'm, despite the fears or the doubts or whatever, I'm stepping into the energy that they're asking me to. And because I'm in alignment with those things, the angels, they were like, now's the time, now's the time, now's the time, and whenever it's time, you can't deny that in whatever sense you might be thinking of, or whatever sense in terms of your life or the unfolding of what you're creating. Whenever it's time to do something, it's time. So that's why they're stepping forward, and that's why they're like, now's the time to share this. So this is not the last time you're going to be hearing about these angels. There's going to be a lot more coming. I just wanted to come on here and introduce them to you guys. So if you guys have any questions at all about them, if you're catching the replay and you have questions, please feel free to let me know. But as I said, there's going to be a lot more information coming from them about who they are, how to begin to work with them, all of that kind of stuff as I get the information as well. So I am super excited. As always, guys, I'm sending you lots of love and angel blessings. Bye.